Can't see myself yet. I don't see us.
Says it's live.
Okay, here we go. All right, we got it. Thank you so much. Bye. Okay, everybody. Sorry about that. Apparently, YouTube had a new update. Oh, I guess we're gonna turn this on. Okay. Thank you so much. Turn it down to this. Okay, everybody. Sorry about that. Apparently, YouTube. All right.
Okay.
So live is the real deal, right?
Yes, it
So
is.
thank you, everybody. Mike's got the iPad. He's going to try to watch comments. I'm going to try to watch comments on our phone. Landon, our son, is moderating back there for us. So we'll let some more people jump on, and we figured we'd start our wine down with a bottle of wine. So Mike is going to, can everybody hear us okay? Let's go by that first. I'm going to have to wear glasses so I can see these comments. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Cheesehead. Hey, Max. I'm going to stick this up here. So I know it's kind of our aesthetics, but oh, good. You can hear us good. Got our microphones on. Hopefully they're working.
Good job.
Cassie is the planet.
That's recording.
Mike, somebody wants to know if you're going to talk tonight.
I'm going to try. I'm going to do my best. If Shannon let me get some words in.
He is the quiet one of our group, of our duo, for sure. Okay, so we're going to start by letting Mike talk first and tell us what we're going to wind down with.
I chose this wine. This is one of our favorites that we found. It's in Napa Valley. This is a Cabernet, and it's from O'Brien Vineyards. And one of the things I like about their vineyards, each variety they have a poem that they had written personally from Barb O'Brien, that owns the winery, and it's just really neat. So I can read this one to you. It's called Passion of the Soul.
He's going to read it to me.
Yes.
Just kidding.
You are the one I want to become one with, to intermingle our footsteps upon the sands of time. Will you join with me? From Bart and Barb O'Brien. So it's just neat. Each bottle variety has a different poem on it. So that's it.
Yeah. And so we have gotten to know from just the first Napa visit that we went to together, we stumbled upon their winery and have become great friends with them. So they've been to Texas to visit us, to Mike's folks' house, and done wine dinner. Yeah, did a wine dinner. And then a few years ago, we went out with Mike's mom and dad and all his sisters and brother-in-laws and did a big private dinner on their back vineyard, and we just become really good friends with them. So it's definitely one of our favorites. When we first found this winery, anybody could become a member. Now it's
member only.
Member only.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody could buy the wine. Now it's member only to buy their wine. But
yeah, but you can still go visit them and taste their wine. They have some outstanding wines, and if you follow the scale, the numerical scale, he's had several wines that have rated 95 and above.
What's the numerical scale for us that don't?
So it's just a rating system that you rate wines with, and I say anything above 90 is a good wine for me personally. So anything above 90, I think, is a good wine. That's it.
95 is really good, right?
95 is outstanding.
Yeah. And I did see back here, somebody asked if we should turn the phone the other way. So fun fact, YouTube now is recognizing portrait videos, and they're actually preferring, and we get better algorithms if we do portrait instead of landscape. So this is a brand new thing that's just kind of started, and it's going to be rolling out. So you're going to see more and more of that, is the way it was explained to me. So Mr. Jamal, hope that helps you answer that question. Let me go through here. You're welcome, Nick. N. Clark. Good evening, Jackpot Judo. I know you're driving to Colorado, so thanks for joining us. Hopefully we make you proud. The winery's name is O'Brien. It's oops,
Uh-oh.
Obrien, I believe, right? Bart and Barb O'Brien.
Obrien.
Yeah, IEN. Yeah.
O'Brien Estate Winery.
And this is their signature.
They're in the valley, in Napa Valley, just north of the city, Napa City.
Yeah. So we kind of thought it would be fun to, as we grow and bring our viewers around, just to do a Q&A. We've gotten a lot of questions on our videos. We've had a lot of private questions that have been sent to us. In the Jackpot Judo Facebook group, we've had a lot of questions. And so we just thought this would kind of be our ask us whatever you want to ask us. Questions and answers about travel, about comps, about us personally, and just have a little fun together. So
Anything you want to know.
Thought, since Mike is such a wino, that it'd be fun to do kind of a wind down. So not dress up, not get fancy. Maybe I'll wear my pajamas sometime, but just kind of make that our theme, kind of a wind down theme. So who's got the questions? We'll go see what we can answer.
Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine if you don't drink wine. No problem. You can have the beverage of your choice and join us anytime.
But he may turn you into a wine, though. He did me.
You never know.
He did me. There's something about going to Napa and having wine, and I'm not a big wine drinker myself. Cheesehead, go ahead. What's your question?
It's a question on comps.
Question on comps. Did I still miss it?
I don't think so.
Sometimes it's a little delayed, so you kind of got to wait. I figured we'd have a lot of questions on comps. Oops, remember, Pat's going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Cheesehead, are you still with us? What is your question about comps? So there's so many ways to get comps, so I'm waiting for his question to come through. And I think I talked about this in our video, is to work these tier levels. Okay, here's his question. If I make it to Diamond by the end of the year, should I ask for a host? Diamond in which platform?
Which property?
Which property? Probably talking about Caesars. So there's different levels of Caesars, not new to points and miles, but new to casino comps. Once I get my card, then what's the best way? Okay, so the best way is you're going to start at gold. If you are a military member, or this is MGM cards. I'm more familiar with MGM, although I do a lot of Caesars as well. So Mike and I used to be 100% loyal to Caesars properties. And then someone turned us on to MGM and said their tier credits were better. So we switched over to them. And I have to agree that I kind of feel that way. Now we really work both properties, but for a long time, we recently have just done MGM. But I'll tell you that when you join MGM, you're going to be a Sapphire. If you're a military member, they're going to jump you to Pearl because they have a military program. But also, if you have your MGM card, it's going to get you Pearl. So I'm going to try to make this as easy as I can. So when we first started gambling, my goal was to, and I'm very goal oriented, was to move up the level of the comps, right? Up the cards. And I wanted to get all the way up to the preferred, which is platinum. I would look at where my tier score was when I started playing, and my goal back in the day was to get 1,000 tier credits every day that I played. Now I try to get 2,000 to 3,000 tier credits every day, and I felt like that whatever comps I got was sufficient. I was giving enough play time back, because you always want to make sure you're putting in enough play time and putting in enough money in the machines. So that was, to me, the best way. Instead of worrying so much about your tier score, anybody can walk into a casino and talk to a host. You don't have to have a host. You can be a Sapphire, you can be a Platinum, you can be a Gold. It doesn't matter. Anybody can walk into the casino host office and talk to a host. and they'll sit down with you and they'll help you understand everything better. We'll be doing some interviews with some hosts when we're in Vegas. So that's going to help everybody too. So don't get too hung up on what level you are. When you get to platinum with MGM, you're going to qualify for a host. When you get to diamond plus, maybe, but for sure diamond elite on Caesars, you're going to qualify for a host. But every pop property and every gaming brand, whether it be Penn or Grazi or MGM or Caesars, they all have their different criteria. But I don't want anybody to be afraid to go play. Listen to the tips we give you. Listen to the tips that Jackpot Judo gives you. And then at the end of your stay, go down to that host office, have them print that bill out and say, am I eligible for any comps? They may take some food off, they may take some hotel off, and they may take it all off. But if it's your first time gambling, then they're going to keep on sending you more and more offers. Let me see.
So Cheesehead was asking, do you have to re-own each year? And that's yes, you do. So if you make a certain tier level 1 year, then you have the whole next year to reattain the same level.
So and it's different for every property, and I get them confused. I still have to go into my app and look. One property is like February 1st. Everybody else is December 31st. So a lot of them are going to be starting over December 31st. But here's the thing. I just saw on my Caesars app that from November 1st till the end of the year, that's why it's important, even if you're not going to the casino, to still look at your app and see what offers that they have. I just saw that they have every $500 in tier credits that you get, you're going to get $100 tier credits to go towards your 2024 year. So that's for the next 3 months. So you have to opt in. So be sure before you go play to check that and opt into any offers like that you might have. That's excellent. I saw in Clark from 2880 to 7059. That's awesome.
It is.
That's awesome. I tell you, when you start playing Jackpot Judo's method too, you're gonna, if you're playing higher denoms, when you get that brave to do that, you're gonna see those scores go up a whole lot. I think we were just at MGM. We didn't know how we were going to make platinum at the beginning of the year because we hadn't been to Vegas till August. We had to get 200,000 points to keep our platinum status with MGM.
How many?
But we've got 100,000 tier credits on that trip we went to in that 5 days. But let me tell you another little trick that Mike and I learned. Sitting down and talking to our host. Do you want to talk about that? Playing the day of and the day you leave?
Oh yeah. So we did learn your Theo score is what they go by, which involves a computation of the coin in, the amount of your bet, the length of time you play, and then the house advantage on whatever machine you're playing, or table game, whatever you are playing. So that's the computation they go by. And like if you get there, we kind of made this mistake and figured it out, but we got there late to the last casino we went to, and we only played 1 hour. So that counts as 1 day, and it's added to the computation of our whole stay. So we should have at least either not played with our card or not played that night. Then that would have made our Theo score,
Higher.
And also the same thing for the day you leave.
Right.
If you like the day you leave, you're getting ready to go out and waiting on your ride to the airport. If you go down and play for an hour or even less, that's another day that's added to your stay and brings your Theo score down.
Yeah. And so it was funny because we were sitting down with our host at the end, the day we're leaving, and he's going through this Theo score with us and how it works. And I said to him, so should we not have put our card in that hour that we played? And he kind of looked at me and went on, started talking. I'm like, so we shouldn't be playing with our card today? And he's like, oh, well, technically, probably not, because it hurts your Theo score. So if we wouldn't have played the day we got there and the day we left, we would have had 3 solid days of play. But he said the same thing too. If you're going to be out on a day of excursions, don't put your card in. So that's just a little tip. And you're right, Jamal. I think we talked about that, about the daily tier accelerator that's in place for MGM for Vegas. That is also in your app right now. And Caesars has that, I'm pretty sure, all the time. So if you get 500 tier credits, you get an extra 250 if you get 1,000. However it works, you have to look on the app. I don't think I printed that out, but that's something to watch for. So always look in your app and see, read all of that stuff because it really helps you. Um, Look for multipliers. Some different days they have different multipliers. You can get up to 10x in some places and even more.
Yeah, but it's only valid during the week. Places.
Oh, it's only valid during the week. That's interesting. I'm going to Vegas. Haven't been there 23 years. Congratulations, Cynthia. Should I get a player's card since I probably won't be back for another couple of years? We don't have a Caesars in Virginia. I say it never hurts to get a player's card and play with your player's card. Because what if you do decide to go back in a year, right? Or what if you decide to take another trip to another Caesars property? I don't think it hurts to play with. It doesn't hurt you from winning. So why not try to get some free stuff, right? What if you had a big jackpot while you're there and then you play a little more than you thought you were going to play? And then you could get some stuff comped, for future plays or for that trip. So that's kind of my theory on that.
Yeah, I would stay on the safe side and get those points. Otherwise, you won't have them if you wanted them. So,
yeah. So what, since this is like a fireside chat, if others are interested, I think it would be fun to do a Zoom get together sometime, a drink of choice in good company. That would be fun. I have a good Zoom account for that. We could certainly, I'm going to write that down. Some ideas. So I don't forget because I'll have to go back to my notes. So Zoom meet and greet kind of a thing. Is that what you're thinking? She said.
yeah, that's a great idea.
Drink of choice. Maybe play some kind of a bingo get to know you game or something.
Max said Caesars is supposed to open another property in Virginia in 2024.
Oh, that's exciting.
That'd be great.
That's exciting. So I always say when you're looking to figure out which property you want to marry yourself to first, find one and build those comps there first to look at some of these bigger properties like MGM and Caesars that have properties all over. When Mike and I first started, I guess I was gambling and you really weren't gambling at this point, but that's how we really traveled for free as we would leave here and we would map our route to wherever we were going to all the casinos that we could go to so that we could get the comped rooms. We have 5 kids. So, it was, we always had to drive on a budget or go on a budget. And that was one of the ways we did it and had fun. That's kind of how we started. Now Mike likes to gamble probably as much as I do. Also, another fun tip is that y'all know, or some of you may not know, that MGM purchased Cosmopolitan, and they did that early this year, I believe. So I've been waiting because I've never gambled at Cosmo. I love the Chandelier Bar at Cosmo, but I've never gambled there because it wasn't one of my married properties, right? So I never put money in that machine, except when they had Sex in the City and everybody else took it out. I did play that. But now they're MGM, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for for them to start us to be able to use our cards there, and you still can't. But I hear that that's coming February 1st, so we should be able to book. And they haven't rolled it out yet how they're going to do it. But in 2024, we should be able to book and use our points at Cosmo and use our MGM card. So that's super exciting. Caesars offers a lot of comp rooms, at least. Yes, they do. I'm not sure what your first name is, but in Clark. Let me tell you though, what I found is that Caesars, if I book Caesars in Vegas, very little free play, maybe $50. I'm about the same level at both properties, MGM and Caesars, and very little food and beverage credit. But it is really simple, and it's not unheard of for us to get $500 free play at MGM and $250 to $450 in food credit every time we go. So kind of pay attention to that. Do a membership. Music says we should do a membership. We got to get a membership first. We don't have any memberships at all, but we're working with our producers to to do some meet and greets, but we will be tagging along with,
Oh, yeah.
I'm writing this down because I will forget. We are tagging along with Judo on his Judo family, since we're part of that, in Vegas. So we will be doing some meet and greets with him there. Karen said, what's your favorite place to go in Napa?
Oh gosh, there's so many. I don't have one favorite. You know, there's so many wineries.
They're all so different, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And a lot of them make outstanding wine, but the grounds that you go to are just so magnificent. It's just fun to go to many of them.
but I think in 2024, we're going to do that's a plan for Mike and I to do a Napa trip and show you some of our secret ones. But, you know, I think I have to say, so Mike's a big wino because his dad's such a big wino, don't you think?
That's how I got into it. Yeah.
Yeah. And Mike's dad turns 90 years old on Saturday, and he's still sharp as ever. And I think we both learned, but Mike's really learned a lot about wine from him. And in December, he's going to be doing an interview with his dad at his dad's wine cellar. So that's going to be really a gem.
A neat interview.
It'll be a neat interview for you to see the two of them interacting. His dad knows so much about wine. So we went to our first Napa trip. I think my favorite place your dad took us, and he takes us every time we've gone, and we go every time we go, is Mum.
Oh, yes. Mum is outstanding. It's champagne, sparkling wine. They go out on the patio and overlook the vineyards, and they bring you, you know, a charcuterie board, and we have champagne. It's just beautiful.
And they have different levels, right? You can do the terrace or the patio.
Yeah, they do have different levels.
Yeah.
In the patio.
Yeah, and they always have some kind of an art exhibit, and it's just beautiful. Smaller winery for me, I think it's O'Brien. Probably because we know them, that makes it better. But we loved it always before.
And then there's BY's, another outstanding winery.
You're going to give all of our secrets.
I know it. That's I could talk about wine. So that's another one that we love. They have a cave, a house inside the mountain type thing, just carved into the mountain.
And it's pretty intimate also.
Yeah.
Kaylee said, what's your favorite casino to play at in Vegas?
Oh, gosh.
Well, now it's Caesars.
It depends on where we're winning. So Caesars would be
Last time we were winning.
$19,000 jackpot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I like to play Bellagio. We really actually like to stay at New York, because we love the bartenders, and we're friends, have really become friends with them. And so we like to stay there, but we don't necessarily.
Even if we don't, we always go visit them. So, yeah.
And we casino hop. We just don't ever stay at one casino all day.
You seem to do better, you know, each trip we do better at one casino or over the other. So we just never know until after we get there.
I tell you, my favorite boutique casino is the Cromwell. We really like to play there. But it's real small. It's Caesar's property. It's real small. It's a real boutique hotel. It's a cool place.
That was her favorite, not really my favorite.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
And I love the Aria. We love the
Aria's
rooms
nice.
at the Aria. We've never stayed at Bellagio. We're going to give them a try in December when we're there.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. But I think that would be our favorite place to stay.
At the Aria?
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah, we love the rooms. And you don't, so that's another thing too. I think I remembered somebody in the family group mentioned about, let me just get that up real quick. Let me find this because I sent it. Okay, so let me just read this. Well, it's going to have to download. Give me 1 second. Okay. Katie had said in our Facebook group, just came back from Aria, went to the casino host office near the High Limit Lounge and asked about extra comps at the end of my stay. MGM does not take time of play into consideration, but they do. I verified that with my host, like the Venetian, only points. They can give extra comps when the players accumulated at least 4,000 during their stay. That is valid for all MGM properties. But here's the caveat. Because Aria and Bellagio are luxury properties, and they are, comped nights cost more in their points count to be offered. Had I stayed at New York, for instance, they would have been able to comp my resort fees as well because the rooms are cheaper. So if you want bigger chances to have extra comps at the end of the stay in a cheaper MGM property. And you've got Luxor and Excalibur and Mandalay Bay. Those are some of their not luxury properties. And so a lot of times we'll stay at New York, because we do get a higher food and beverage credit and we get a better room, more of a suite room than we would at a luxury property. But I did ask my host about that, and she said it is true that at different properties, they have different rates that are charged for comps per night. But it isn't that it's, she said that it wasn't, that it's not a $4,000, although that may be what Aria uses for that. So hope that helps some of you out there. But she did say they do take daily time, and that they money in, coin out, and the length of time that you play. They don't want to see somebody that's going to come pay 30 minutes a day at an MGM property and get a comp room. You're probably not going to get as good of an offer the next time. Look at some.
When are we coming back to National Harbor? We don't know yet, but we loved it.
Who asked that?
And Cynthia. So we will be coming back there for sure.
That has to be one of our favorite outside of Vegas, other than Tahoe.
Destinations, yeah.
I mean, we love Tahoe, that we've been to, and we've not been to all of them by any stretch.
But we're looking forward to hitting all the other ones.
Oh, 1901. I can't wait to see what those Cosmo rooms are like. I bet they're amazing. So, that is something we're going to talk about, is which we have not planned our 2024 calendar. And we'll be doing some things with Jackpot Judo, probably several trips with him, but we'll be doing some trips on our own. Mike and I like to road trip too. So I'm not for sure what January holds, but I think that we leave Vegas on the 2nd, and then we have a family trip planned to New Mexico with our kids. We fly straight there. And then on the 8th, we all leave there, and we're planning a road trip somewhere, but we haven't figured out exactly where. Maybe Colorado, but we'll do some road trips. And I would like to casino hop and do some road trips in different areas. Can y'all have any suggestions of where we should go? Lucinda likes energy drinks. Old fashions, and Cheesehead said, what part of Wisconsin are you from? We don't live far from Oklahoma casinos. I'll have to tell you, so 1901 slots. I mean, we're just north of Houston, so we're only 3.5 hours from Dallas. So I would guess it's probably about a 5-hour drive to an Oklahoma casino. I'm a little worried about them because they're Indian casinos, right?
Class 2. I think they're
3.
mixed, like class 2 and some class 3.
Or mixed even in the casino.
Yeah.
And we went by, do you remember we were on that road trip and we stopped by the Oklahoma casino, and it was like, oh my God, it was overwhelming. It was like so big. Of course, we had kids and we were in a camper, and that's probably had a lot to do with it. But I think we're going to have to make an Oklahoma
we need to revisit
trip.
that.
Yeah, we need to revisit that. Maybe if we could find some family members we could meet up with and show us around, that would be great. Oh, Stephanie said she loves the Cromwell too. Okay, high five, Stephanie. M. Clark says, Mike, you should talk more often. Love the conversation you guys are having. He is a good converser. He's a good listener too. Tell us about the U2 concert at the Sphere. Good question. She said,
that was the best concert I think we've seen ever. That's the best show anyway.
Tell them what we like and about our bucket list. What do we like for in a concert? Because it may be different for everybody.
We like, as far as music, we like everything just about. Old rock and roll. We like country. So we go to Nashville at least once or twice a year at least. And so we have a bucket list that we made. Classic rock and rock. So we've been going around to wherever we can to hit some of these concerts. And we've seen several in Louisiana and some in Vegas.
Lake Charles, they bring great concerts
They
to
do.
LaBerge and Lake Charles. We saw, we're seeing Clint Black there next weekend. And we saw Lainey Wilson.
Oh yeah, that was great.
And we've seen some oldies there too, like Rick Springsteen we saw there. Springfield.
Yeah.
Springfield.
And we've also seen, who is it?
Three Dog Night.
Three Dog Night. They're older group. I can't even remember some of the
We went
others.
to Baton Rouge, and who did we see in that stadium? We were on the floor seat.
Leonard Skinner. We saw Leonard Skinner at one of those, and I can't
remember.
Anyway, we'll move on.
So we like a smaller venue, was my point. 3,000 to 4,000 people is what we like, with a good sound, just more intimate. So we didn't know what to expect, but Mike hit that $19,000 jackpot. And we said, if we hit a jackpot, we're going to extend our travel and go to the opening night of YouTube. And that's what we did. And
so worth it.
20,000 people. And when I heard that, I was like, oh God, I don't know if we're going to like this, because I just didn't know if we'd like it. But you didn't feel like there were 20,000 people. You felt like you were part of the concert. So
the sound in there was outstanding. I mean, normally you hear a lot of echo from the crowd.
Cheering.
And this was like, it was
like right
almost
here,
quiet.
like they're singing to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, even when you play back our videos, you can't hear all of that. It must have been something to do with the design.
Yeah, the speaker.
And I couldn't figure it out because when we went in, I don't remember what's in our video clips on our channel, but it looked like it was all stone. So you didn't have any idea that it was actually LED lights everywhere, right?
Right.
And then when those LED lights came on, they went from all the way as far as you could see down on the floor to all the way back behind your
almost
head.
Further than 180 degrees.
Yeah.
It's way back.
And then, I don't know degrees, but all the way back this way, as far as you could see. I mean, out of your peripheral vision, it was the screen. And I was stunned when it happened. And they do it slowly. It's a little bit like a peak. It's like a big screen in front of you. And then it just gets bigger and it gets bigger and it gets bigger. And then I kept thinking, where's the air conditioner coming from? Because it wasn't hot, but you couldn't see anything.
Who thinks about that?
I'm married to a builder, so that's why. Anyway, it was, I just can't even, the stage changed colors. Like it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
And then the whole back wall, they would change to like, it's like the wall was missing. And you could see Vegas in the background, cars driving by. It was amazing.
On the parking garage.
Yeah.
And it looked like they were the stage was on the side of the street in Vegas. And then what happened?
Then there was a time when it showed all the buildings being deconstructed, like they were in, reverse. And then it was all down to desert, like there was nothing built, like before anything was there.
Our son just said we need to try to stay up with the chat. So, okay.
Okay, yeah, we're getting off.
We're getting off, but we sure love that. How do points work for table games? What if you don't do slots the whole time? So points for table games is still based on your time played and the amount of your bet. It's just going to rack up slower based because you get $10 or $25 on a table game takes much longer to play that out versus $25 on a slot machine. So you're going to rack your points up much, much slower. You can still do it, but you're going to have to spend more time at a table or have a larger minimum bet to get those points up. But every casino is different. But if you go into their app, you can see what their slot dollars or tier credits are 1 for 1, I think. I don't remember. But it tells you the table games. It tells you the slot games. It tells you in their app what they pay for table games. But you can still do it. And I know many people that only play table games and they still get great comps and they still build those tiers up. It's just going to take longer to do that. And I haven't played table games in a long time. I used to be like judo, big blackjack player, table game player. I like craps a lot. But you can just win or lose big at craps. So it scares me a little bit. I have more fun and I love the comps that I get with my slots. So we mostly play slots.
somebody asked if our tickets were comped. Some of them were comped, and then others we bought on our own because we were in that area.
So M. Clark, I don't understand your question about the Caesars Air. Have you looked at that? Is it a good deal? So I can tell you with your Diamond Elite on Caesars and with your Platinum, I'm not sure if this is what you mean, with MGM, you get a $600 a year travel credit. We always use that for sure. Most of the time they have us book our ticket, or every time they have us book our ticket, and then they offer to either give you free play or to pay you at the cash cage. That's how that works. We've also, and if any of you are in Jackpot Judo's group pool, I posted Brian Gary, our casino host who does all Caesars properties around the world. He sends us lots of airfare travel deals. And even when we're not Diamond Elite with Caesars, we can take advantage. I've been to New Orleans, trip for two. Hotel paid for, gave us free play, and it was a chartered flight. So they do have those offers. I'm not sure. So if we can make those weekends work, absolutely. We have our kids are in one of our daughters and son-in-law is in Mobile, Alabama. So I'm waiting for a good Biloxi trip to come along so we can take advantage of that. I love Beau Rivage and Biloxi too, Nate. I like Biloxi though because it has Golden Nugget, it has Beau Rivage, and it has Harrah's, which is a Caesars property. So we can kind of play the three we play the most. There's a new Hard Rock opening in Rockford, Illinois. Looks very large. I'm going to check out, I hadn't talked to Mike about this, but I'd like to check out some Hard Rock casinos. I think their comps look pretty good, and they've got some pretty cool destinations. We want to go to Maine and up to the Northeast, that area. And I think Hard Rock's got some good casinos up there.
No, we have them in Florida.
Also. Yeah. We wanted to go to the Tampa Hard Rock.
Yeah.
I think it was Tampa that we want to try to do at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to look hard into Hard Rock, but we've not ever played at Hard Rock. And they've got one at Tahoe too. They have one at Tahoe. Right.
Somebody was asking if we're retired. So I'm a retired from home building, but we own a childcare business also, and we have some rental properties that we built and manage. So no, we're not fully retired.
I've been a realtor for 20-something years.
Yeah.
We only do that now for us. We have several businesses that we do. So no, we're not retired, but we're semi-retired. This is our semi-retirement. So we can work and travel and ride it off.
That's it.
What are some pros and cons of tier matching? I don't know that there's any cons to tier matching, except that if you don't meet, it depends on the property, and every property, every chain has a different rules on it. So used to be that you could go from Caesars over to MGM like we did and say, here, I'm a diamond. It was just diamond back then. There wasn't all these different diamond levels, and they'd match it right to their platinum level. And then you had to earn it to keep it for the next year. That's what we did. Now they're doing these crazy things like they'll tier match for 3 months. And if you don't earn, that would be something to watch for. If you don't earn that tier in 3 months, you go back down to that base level. So that would be something I would say to watch for. I don't know that there's a con, because one of the things I want to point out is when you do these different levels, and I printed this out so I could share it with y'all. And maybe I didn't grab it off the printer, but every time you move up in your tiers, you're going to get Sapphire isn't going to earn tier credits as fast as if you're Pearl. Pearl isn't going to earn it as fast as if you're Gold. Gold isn't going to earn it as fast as if you're Platinum. So if you can take 3 months and you can be at Platinum because of a tier match, and you're going to play in those 3 months, that's a good thing, because you're going to earn points a lot faster than if you were at the start of this Gold level. Just read the rules and ask those questions when you go up to talk about tier matching. Were the tickets comped to the U2? No, we had to pay for those. We don't play at those properties, or I guess it's not affiliated
Yeah, I
with
think
property.
you said earlier that I won that $19,000 jackpot, And that was our reward for that jackpot. So we did have to buy those tickets.
Class 2 and Class 3, the smaller casinos in Oklahoma are better in our opinion. 1901, I would love to know
That's
the
good to
spots
know.
that you like to, the places you like to gamble in Oklahoma. Council Bluffs, Indiana. I'm going to write this down.
Somebody else said there's also a Hard Rock in Biloxi, which we knew.
Jim Clark, 123, Council Bluffs. If I don't write it down, then I won't remember it. In Iowa.
I don't think we've ever been there.
We haven't been there. Nick and Clark, we're working on it to make y'all our job. That's right. We're in our 50s, Max Beth. That's very kind of you, but we are in our 50s. We have 5 children. Our oldest is 34.
You look like you're in your 40s. I look like I'm in my 50s.
You don't. Oh, congratulations, Max, on finishing your nurse practitioner school, University of South Alabama. And she's from there. You just left Mobile yesterday. That's where our son-in-law is in the Coast Guard there. So what does it take to have a host, Kim? I think we've mentioned this. Really, you need to be like for MGM, a platinum, and for Caesars, probably a Diamond Plus or a Diamond Elite. But anybody can walk into the host office and have them review your charges, sit down and have a conversation with them and see what they'd like to play. See if they would like to see what they would like you to, what level that you need to be. There are different levels of hosts. So they have the entry level host, mid level, and then the real high executive level host. So I think it's good when you ask for a host if you kind of know somebody that has a host that they like. Not all hosts are the same. Not all hosts are as helpful. But if you know of a name, ask for that person to be your host. But ask that person you get the name from if they're a good host, because they're not all the same. Oh, there is a Hard Rock in Biloxi. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought we knew that. We had seen it
Makes
before.
sense.
We've never
Okay.
been there.
Okay, so I think I'm caught up. Yeah, we've never done any much time in Omaha. Okay, any other questions, anybody that y'all have for us? Trying to think of some things I had written down to talk about. So y'all tell us in the chat some casinos that you would like to see us visit. And I'm going to write them down. And I'd like to write those down. Oh, come on, Kim. You can hit that diamond. You got now you're 3,000 away. You've got to hit Diamond Plus. I mean, the perks that you.
Oh, and they have the multiplier. So you need to.
Yeah, you have that. That's right. They have that multiplier. What's one of our bucket list trips? Gosh, we talk about this all the time, and we have so many.
I mean, I know we want to go to Maine.
We've done a lot of the United States. We've not done much in the Northeast or the Northwest. So I think we'd like to do both of those. But I'd like to do an international. But I can't decide internationally where I'd like to go. Yeah. I'd like to go to Greece. I'd like to go to
France and Italy.
Australia. I'd like to do
the wine regions.
I would like to do that.
That would be interesting to me.
Oh, 1901. I don't know about that. Let me tell you, we spend more money now in the last 2 trips than we've ever spent, but we've always made that top tier status. We're really careful with we never bring more money than we're willing to lose. But I'm also real careful with how I play that money, and I try to make it go as long as I can. And there have been Many times I could put $100 or $200 in a machine and I can stay there for hours and hours and hours. It not always, and sometimes it's an early night. But we don't always lose big. We don't lose big often. I mean, we lose. I'm not going to say we win every time we go. We don't, but we don't lose big often. We don't lose our whole bankroll hardly ever, do we? We always come home with something.
No, and since we've been following JJ's
It's even better.
strategy, I mean, it's just been we've been doing better and better each time we go.
And our tier points are so much better. I mean, we get so many more tier points, and we're winning more. So, and so here's how we also would look at it. If we can go and spend 3 or 4 nights or even a week, I mean, we do 10 days in Vegas sometimes. We get all of our food comp, we get all of our drinks comp, we get some entertainment like concerts, maybe a free gift, and we get the hotel. What would we spend on that trip? And that's pretty much what we'll bring to gamble with, right? And we just choose personally because we think our money goes further. We get all these little trips and we get to do all these fun things, and it doesn't really cost us any money except our gambling money, and a big win if we get to keep some of that money, right? That's how we look at it. But I don't want anybody to be afraid to go for platinum. I don't want anybody to spend more money than what you've got, but it doesn't take thousands and thousands of dollars to lose to get to that.
Especially if you have JJ's strategy, it's going to help you tremendously.
Chris,
As us.
we have never been to South Florida to gamble because I was married to those casinos, MGM and Caesars, and there's a Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Is that right? Wherever Kaylee and Nate used to live, right there. Our kids used to live there, and we never went to that casino one time. Now I want to go. So I haven't been there yet. I need to write that down though.
Should brought my glasses.
I thought you did. Yes, I Spy. What is your question? Oh, Barcelona would be nice too.
It sounds wonderful.
Bahamas is going to be on our list because I think we should get a trip there soon. And I've heard there's gambling there too.
Cynthia asked about, do you earn more points with bigger bets? Yes, you do. It's all part of the Theo computation. So the amount of the bet, the time you play, and the house odds on the machine you're playing, all that is computed to give you a Theo score, which they use to give you comps.
Yeah, and Clark, that's true. The bigger the bankroll, the more fun you can have, right? But I also like the challenge of taking a small bankroll and seeing how I can make that last.
So the bottle, somebody asked about this bottle. This is an O'Brien Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a 2020 vintage. It's one of our favorite wineries in Napa.
So M. Clark, I'm sorry, Cindy, do you earn more points for bigger bets? Did you answer that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seminole, Hard Rock, Fort Lauderdale. That was right, Kaylee. Unity has 6 casinos in a state. Unity equals Hard Rock. Now, what does that mean, Chris?
So Unity.
Unity has 6 casinos in a state. Unity equals Hard Rock.
So Hard Rock is the Unity casino, and they have 5 others besides that one, maybe.
Okay. I guess our moderators did something there. Oh, Unity is their players program. Okay, see, I told y'all I've never played there, but I can't wait to check that out and discover what their perks are. Okay, let me see nobody told me which casinos y'all want us to come. We need to play at, except from
Florida.
Chris from South Florida and M. Clark from Council Bluff. And I'll be looking for any questions for us.
What about anybody from Colorado? Any casinos there that you'd like to go to.
Cheese said, do you guys like usually you guys fly usually or like to drive to different places? So we're with you. Sometimes driving can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we do both.
And I like both.
Yeah.
But we do really like a good road trip. I'll tell you, I'm a pretty fast-paced person. Mike's a more laid-back person. And he's really taught me well how to really slow down and enjoy a good road trip. Like we travel right. Like we'll sleep in. We don't get in a hurry. We try not to travel more than 5 or 6 hours in one day driving. We take longer trips because of that, but we really enjoy them a lot more. So we do really love to road trip.
We do.
And he talks my head off on the whole trip.
Right.
Do you know when the sign up for group plays will be posted for Vegas? Super excited to meet y'all. Mark, I'm excited that you're coming to Vegas with us too. Kim said Harris Cherokee. That is another one of our favorite. I'm going to write this down. Kim Robinson. Harris Cherokee. Here's the deal. That is in our producer's hands. We're going to meet with JJ's out of town this week, but they're supposed to get that landing page up for at least the first 3 group pools. If we fill all of those up and still have some going, then we should put some others up. So I'm hoping this week, but if not, it should be next week.
Yes, we need to make it. We never made it to live in Maryland. We went. Cynthia wants us to go live.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us film there, so we had to turn that car around, literally, when we went there. But we are going to make arrangements and be able to go back there. Rustar, I'm so glad you found us, and I'm really glad you found Jackpot Judo. He really does have some strategy that'll help you play. Come to Seminole. Read that baby to me.
Which one?
Seminole Coconut.
I'm not sure. I'll come to Seminole Coconut Creek, which is home casino. Which one of the Seminole casinos? The Hard Rock, Tampa, and Hollywood are bigger with hotels. But he likes Coconut Creek the best.
Oh, so you don't like the Tampa Hard Rock? We'll hit you up, Chris, if we do a Florida road trip. It is a nice casino. What I remember about Harris Cherokee is there's a long walk from your hotel to the casino. You know, Christina, I don't think that, I'll let Mike answer this too separately, but I don't think that Vegas is overrated. I think Vegas has some of the best food of anywhere in the United States. Napa Valley does too. They probably better. They got great food. They've got fantastic entertainment. Although I feel like that's slowed down over the
Did you
years.
say you were going to let me answer this?
I said after I do. I said after I do.
No, I agree with that.
But I think there's so much to see and do there.
There is. They have a lot of free stuff to see there.
Yeah.
So I think it's great.
So I don't think it's overrated at all. Yeah. And you've got downtown, which is a completely different thing from the Strip. And then you've got the older casinos. I don't know. There's just so many different things. We
usually spend a few days on the Strip and a few days downtown, and that completes our whole trip.
One of the benefits of having Golden Nugget 3.5 or 2 hours from us is 2.5 hours, 3 hours from us is we play there a lot. That's our home casino. So we get nights comped downtown, and then we get nights comped on the street.
Right.
Okay, Max, that duo, can you read his to me? That he's into
several Hollywood, Hard Rock, and Caesar properties close to where you at?
Northeast Indiana has several.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I have played at those casinos when I've been on previous work trips without Mike with some of my friends. I didn't know they were tier 3, but I don't ever remember winning there. I remember having a lot of fun there, but it would be fun.
Yeah, we should make a
check
trip
that
there
out.
too.
Harris Pompano. Yeah, that's where he wins those big things at. Chris, remind me of that. We'll have to definitely go to Harris Pompano because JJ likes that casino.
Got Hollywood Casino in Toledo. There's a few in Detroit.
Cheesehead said, if we choose one level group pool, can we watch the others or no room to watch? Maybe do them all level. Yeah, it's gonna be private because of the room. So we can't announce to everybody where they're gonna be. Only those that have paid for the group pool will know exactly where they're gonna be. Just because of limited space and there's gonna be so many of us there for crowd reasons, we can't do that. So you have to watch the group pool, you have to be participating in it. Is the verdict right now. Oh, wise virgin, I hope you had good luck in Cherokee. The rivers in Pittsburgh, Mark said. Mark, baby, you got to help me get these down.
I'm trying here.
Rivers. We like Pittsburgh. I've not ever been to the casino in Pittsburgh, but we have been to Pittsburgh and I actually liked it. Cheesehead, I don't remember seeing where in Wisconsin did you say you're from? Wise Virgin said recycle $13,000 from only a $1,300 loss. That's not bad. I think that's pretty good. You probably got some good points, didn't you?
Yeah. Someone else said, or Mark said, Vegas is awesome, even if you don't like gambling. Amazing food, atmosphere, vibe, people, experience.
Mm-hmm.
So
And every casino is so different.
Yeah, there's a lot to see.
Oh, from Cherokee to Detroit. Who said that?
We could road trip all the way straight up.
Matt said
Oklahoma.
Cherokee to Detroit. Lots of casinos.
Hollow Casino in Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah, Cheesehead, there are some crazies down there in downtown, but it's fun. The vibe down there. They have 3 or 4 stages down on Fremont Street with some good music.
Just free music, free concerts.
Toledo, Ohio, good hand pays.
He's asking, Cheesehead's asking another question about the group pools.
Okay.
We pay them all, we watch them all, do 1,000, can we watch 550?
No. So if you do the 1,000, you can watch the 1,000, but you couldn't do the 1,500 and the 500. They're going to be in different locations. And only the ones that have paid for those are going to know where they're at. How can you be a part of the group pool? Tita, on Jackpot Judo's YouTube channel, we collaborate with Jackpot Judo. There is a, what's it called? Family, help me out. Group pool membership. I think it's $9.99 a month. And that's where you're going to get the information on the group pools. We're only going to be posting it there. Wise Virgin said, made Diamond Plus, and I don't make $16,000 a year. Oh, there you go. Lots of recycling credit. I like how you say that. Recycling credits with tips and tricks. Oh, good. I'd love to read your book. That would be awesome. Maybe you'll send me a signed copy and we can promote it on our channel. You can get lost in Caesars in Clark, and you can go to the Grand Canyon. I mean, there's so many things in Vegas we've not even done. We've got to start setting a day to go explore outside of casinos. We never do that.
Yeah.
MGM Detroit. I just saw that today. We do need to make a trip over there. Oh, yeah. Mark, then the community tab. So where's everybody from? Can y'all type in the comments where you're located? What state?
Well, we know some are from Florida. and Detroit area.
Yeah, in Ohio. Pittsburgh. We don't have any northeastern people on, huh?
Chicago,
Oh, Chicago.
Iowa. Okay, in clubs from Iowa.
And before we wrap up, has anybody else got any other questions? Okay, here they come. We're working on that, Mark, about if we're allowed a +1 in the group pool. I don't think we decided totally. Oconee, Georgia. I like Georgia too. What we could do is we could do a road trip, Mike, and we could stop by some other places that don't have casinos and have a meet up with some of our people in a local spot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We could go straight from Texas straight up to Oklahoma, on up to Ohio, Indiana.
Tita, I love Portillo's in Chicago, California, Morgantown, North Carolina, Alabama, Virginia, Texas, Southern Pennsylvania, Indiana. I got to do this part.
What do you plan? A couple road trips. One going north and one going east.
Yeah, definitely, Chris. Check out that Coconut Creek. One more question: are there 3 pools each day times 3 days at the pool? No. Right now, we only have in concrete 3 group pools that we planned. But because JJ said we do as many as it takes to get everybody in, we're leaving that open to see if we're going to have more. So right now, they're scheduled the 29th, the 30th, and the 1st. 29th, the 30th, and the 1st. And there'll be one each day. We have our big family dinner on the 1st. So anybody that wants to join us, I think it's going to cap out about 40 or 50 people. That'll be on the 1st. Everybody pays a la carte, of course. Tennessee. Oh, Max, we love Tennessee.
Chris is going to, he and his wife are going to Biloxi in March. That might be a good trip.
Yeah. And their Unity now. I know it's Hard Rock. Yeah. And Caesars members. I'm hoping, Chris, that we get to Tampa area beginning part of the year. Norman, Oklahoma. What do you mean, Chris? Which is better to stay at? Which is better from which? He said, okay, I'm doing them all.
If he's Caesars, I guess Caesar's property there.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a Unity. Oh, they do have Hard Rock. I don't know.
They do have Hard Rock in
Biloxi,
but they also have it in Vegas. Yeah, Cheesehead, we're doing them all too. So we will definitely be, well, I'm not going to say we're going to do them all. We're going to do the first 3 that we're planned because I don't know if we'll be on.
Yeah, they may add more, which we won't do those.
We may not
do the first 3.
Yeah, we'll definitely be at the first 3. Wise Virgin, a Slots Tips best-selling author rents his resort and/or Airbnb in Northern Atlanta. Great place to do a slot tips gathering. Okay, I'm definitely going to write that one down.
Yeah.
A Slots Tips. Who said this? Can you help me write?
Wise Virgin. Let me take a picture of this.
Yeah, I'll lose a picture though.
Chris is saying Caesars or Hard Rock in Biloxi. We've never been to the Hard Rock, so we don't really know what that's like. The Caesars there, is it Harris?
It's okay.
It's just okay. So it's hard to, we can't really say.
Yeah, the Caesars is a Harris, and it's just okay. I much prefer Beau Rivage there by far.
Which is MGM.
But I think it'd be cool to stay at the Hard Rock. I've just never stayed there. I've never even gambled there because I'm not a Unity player. So you taught me something.
Yeah, Wendy's asking about Fremont Street on the 30th, 12:30. You're still doing that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we will still be doing
And
Fremont
we
Street.
will be there.
When he said, I thought
That would be fun. Wise Virgin to do a slot tips gathering. So maybe not even just gambling, but a slots tips. That'd be cool.
Wendy asked about the group pools 29th, 31st, and 1st.
Oh, so Nate said that Hard Rock and Biloxi is not it. So Beau Rivage or Nugget. I've not ever stayed at the Nugget either, but we could get a room at a Golden Nugget. We'll have to do that next time just to see what it's about.
And if you're Caesars, Harrow's was okay. You know, they're not horrible.
No, they're not horrible. And we won there.
Yeah, we did. It'd be good. So can you answer Wendy about the group pools? She said, I thought group pools were 29th, 31st, and 1st.
Let me look. Hi, Remington. G and Poppy are watching you. Say hi to her. That's
Hey,
my
Remington.
granddaughter. She's watching us. She probably doesn't understand why she can't FaceTime us.
Well, she can't come out.
Or come out here. Okay. There is a group pool on the 29th.
Yeah, we'll be the freaks on Fremont.
Oh, I don't know about that. we're not real freaky. Maybe some people might think we are. 29th, the 30th, and the 1st. Isn't that what I said? The 29th, the 30th, and the 1st.
She thought it was the 31st and the 1st.
No, the 31st is not a group pool. Let me just make sure. Oh, wait.
I thought it was.
You're right.
Yeah, it is the 31st.
It is the 31st.
Because, yeah, we have the party that night. And then
The 29th, the 31st, and the 1st. Yep, that's it. Sorry about that. Oh, Mark says he cannot wait.
I can't wait either. That'd be great.
Screenshot it. So you know, he won't.
I'll talk a lot more when you're talking about wine. You won't shut me up for sure.
He's been to Napa, Spain, and Italy touring.
Oh, wow.
And he loves a nice dry red.
Me too.
Is that what you like, a dry red?
Yes.
Mark, have you ever had O'Brien? Yes, and Clark, we absolutely will do room video tours. We have some already, but I don't know why our production team hasn't uploaded them because we have so much video footage. It just takes time to do the quality, you know, and get it ready. But yes, we will always do room tours. And I think now that our channel is established, I mean, guys, gosh, we just launched a week and a half ago. Can't even believe we hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you, every one of you. We're really proud of that. But now we'll be able to do lives from there. So I can come on and just do a quick short live and show y'all the room like live. Yeah. Would that be cool for us to show you our room live?
Much better.
And we don't always stay in a suite. So here's another thing. It uses more of your points. It's a heavier weight if you stay in a suite. So where we do love to stay in a nice suite, we don't always do that. In fact, I would say at New York, I would take a regular room over suite, or the suites we've been given anyway. It's not that big of a deal. They're just bigger. But the bathrooms are the same. So at New York, I don't know that we would, suite isn't that big of a deal, really.
No.
Not the ones we've been given. I think they have bigger ones.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, but no.
Yeah, we're pretty normal people, really. We don't really get, that was a nice one we got in MGM National Harbor. We don't always get that.
We don't spend a lot of time in the room anyway, so.
We don't.
Just to sleep.
And at Golden Nugget, our home casino, most of the time we get regular rooms. We love it when we get a suite, but it doesn't happen always. She tried to come out there. You can let her come out here, Kaylee. We're about to wrap it up. She can come say hi to everybody. Love that. Is that okay, Mike?
Yes. Yeah,
I guess I should have.
Sure. Chris was saying, did you read this?
Mm-mm.
The one that JJ called in Maryland,
Oh, yeah.
asking who made that comment.
Oh, after our live. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yes, I remember that very well. Well, hopefully, good, Wendy, we'll do that. We're not as big as players as JJ, so
We live in Texas, just
we may
north
just
of
get
Houston.
normal rooms. Yeah, Mark, they are overrated, but gosh, sometimes it's nice to have sweet. Sometimes it's a good splurge. That one in Maryland was great. But a nice jacuzzi tub, then you would love New York if you haven't stayed there, because most of their rooms have that big, huge, it's like the size of a jacuzzi. We live in Texas. That's where we are, just north of Houston. Mike, what is your favorite?
My favorite types of
There she
wine.
is.
I like a Cabernet. I like Syrah. I like a Zinfandel. I like just about anything. But I do like the heavier dry reds for sure. Hey, sweetie,
Hi.
There you are. Can you see yourself?
you're on TV.
Can you say hello?
Hello.
This is Remington. Can you tell them how old you are?
I'm 3.
You're 3. You're talking to G's microphone. Can you tell them you had a tea party with your mom yesterday?
I had a tea party with my mom yesterday.
And how did you talk?
You just have to take fancy.
Say it louder.
You just have to take fancy.
If you talk fancy,
You have to talk fancy. Training her up right. And you got to do your pinky when you're doing your tea.
Yeah.
Your pinky
kiki out.
out like this. So you got to kind of put your pinky out, right?
Oh yes, I do love Malbecs for sure.
What are you doing with that microphone?
I'm doing this microphone so they can hear you because you have such a very small voice.
Super Tuscan. Yeah. I'm just not as familiar with the Tuscan wines. I've been studying on them though. Maybe you can teach me about those.
Aren't you gonna put on me?
Oh, Mark, I would love to see a suite at Beau Rivage. That would be, I hadn't done that. We're going to be going to see this little girl, hopefully December, the first weekend in December, for your ballet recital, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Mobile. So we're hoping to go to Beau Rivage then. We haven't told anybody that. Yes, 1901. That is our goal. I think we're at 1.8 watch hours in a week, 1.8 thousand. So we're pretty, I think we're doing all right.
1.6.
But we're open for all those tips. And I don't know how lives goes into that. We really know nothing about YouTube. We couldn't even figure out how to go live. Yes.
Aren't you gonna put that microphone on me?
Nope, just having it right here works. I think.
Oh, she does.
So why are you not putting it on my shirt? They can hear me if you put it on me.
Somebody asked, "What do you want for Christmas?"
I said he can Santa can get me a laptop.
Just a laptop.
What do you need a laptop for?
So I can work.
What are you going to work on?
I'm gonna spend money in Christmas.
For Christmas?
This Santa.
Thank you, Lucinda. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Mark. They're all saying you're a sweetheart and that you're so cute.
Oh.
Oh.
They
Are you cute? And
Yeah.
Clark says you're adorable.
I am.
You are. We raise confidence here. Remington, oh yes. Can you tell them what your full name is?
Remington, Dog, Grace, Michelle, Unicorn, Sparkles, and Swirls. An unicorn and sparkles and swirls at an unicorn.
It's a long name.
That's her name.
Her real name is Remington Grace Dodd.
And my full name is Remington Michelle, Dog, Grace, Swirls. That's sparkles and a unicorn and swirls.
And she says it like that every time. But she wants to be Michelle because her mommy's middle name is Michelle and my name is Michelle. I told her mom to name her Michelle. I don't know why they didn't listen.
I'll tell her she can be Michelle. If you want to be Michelle, you can be Michelle.
Okay, Chris said, how about some bourbon, Mike?
Oh, I love bourbon. I love bourbon. When I'm in the mood for bourbon, I do love it.
He's kind of like he is with his music with alcohol. He
I
can
like a
drink it
little bit
all.
of everything. I just have to be in the mood for it.
That's right. He drinks it
But
all
I do love wine.
the most. She does have Poppy wrapped around her little finger. Is that your Poppy?
Yeah.
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 Do you love him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I got that board out? What are those color things on the board?
That's
That board.
or math. We'll look at that later. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's my name?
Michelle G.
Michelle G. What's mine? What do you call me?
I call you Gigi sometimes.
What's my name?
Sometimes I call you Gigi.
No, you don't. What's my name?
T.
G. That's right. Max, thank you for asking. He said, what do you prefer to drink? Wine isn't my normal cup of tea, but I do drink wine when we go to Napa. I can't drink cheap wine. I learned that a long time ago. It gives me a headache. I like a cranberry vodka with lime. I like a good rum and coke with lime. Or whatever I like a good dirty martini.
Yeah, I need these glasses.
What else? Or I'll say, Mike, what should I get to drink? And he figures it out for me. I like
Vodka tonic, gin and tonic.
Oh, only your gin and tonics. I've never had another gin and tonic.
G.
And I like lemon drop martini. Those are the kind of
You have to use the
drinks
tonic syrup.
I like those drinks. I have to hold my finger out and drink.
G.
Uh-huh.
I need the glasses.
Definitely like a good Jack Daniels for sure. We went to see the Jack Daniels distillery last year. Was it last year?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm really jealous because my sister and brother-in-law literally just this weekend did the Kentucky bourbon trails, and the pictures they posted, I'm like,
Like they went to Jim Beam.
they went to all of the whole trail.
Yeah, they had a trail.
They did the whole trail, and I'm like, oh, we need to do that trip.
Yeah.
And I don't even like bourbon, but I think that'd be the pictures they took were amazing. Chris said, I'm sipping JD single barrel proof 132.6. Wow.
That's some heavy stuff there.
I know. I bet he'll share. You have to share with Mike when we come down to South Florida, Chris.
Kim said, how about tequila?
Mike likes tequila. Tequila kills me. But Mike likes tequila. In fact, in the casino, he's either going to be carrying around a wine that he brought or bought, or you're going to be drinking a tequila sunrise. Lately, that's been his go-to. Yeah, he likes some tequila. Tequila does kill me. I can't even stand the smell of it anymore.
Trace the garbage, yeah, that's a good one.
What's that really inexpensive but good one? Moderately priced one. Do you remember you brought to the river last year? You loved it.
I cannot remember that. I can't find it anywhere either.
Yeah.
The silver tequila. I don't know.
Our email 1901 slots. The best way to reach me is through Facebook Messenger. I check that more than anything. Not so good at Instagram. But our email is what, Mike? He chose it, so I'm gonna let him tell it. Yes, you type it.
I guess Justin Jack. Let's see.
Yes. Bourbon and gummy bears.
G. I need glasses.
Cynthia said you're gonna have to drink wine together. G has to use her classes.
For sure.
And Mike does like an old fashioned. Hey. In Clark, that's okay. You can just do beer. In Texas, we do beer with lime and salt. We call that dressed. You drink yours that way. What kind of beer do you like in Clark?
There's our email.
Well, Max, your Shannon and I should get along real well. What is this right here? Oh, his mother likes Belvini Scotch. What? You talking to her? Your mom likes Belvini, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
She loves her
I didn't see that.
Scotch. Mark says he likes Belvini 12-year double wood Scotch.
Oh, I love that too.
Oh, that'd be fun to do the bourbon trails. we love Nashville, so we could do Nashville and then go up through Kentucky and then hit the casinos and go all the way up to Michigan and then come all the way back down. So we're offloading some of our responsibilities, hopefully by the end of December. I have had some medical issues that are making one of our businesses not in our path. And so when some of those responsibilities are off, we're going to have a lot more time to travel.
Nate said cheap wine kills, Shannon.
One of our very good friends is trying to get us, I think our spring trip is going to be, I got to look it up. Oh my, what is it? Where Beth and them want to go.
It's in the Yukon. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, it's in the Yukon. I'm gonna look it up real fast. I want to know if anybody's been there because I'm pretty excited about this trip. She and I text a lot. It is called, it's in Canada. It's called Dawson City. Have any of you been there? It's like an old mining town.
Yeah, I like a good beer too. See, I like a little bit of everything. Uh-oh, let's see. But you know, you just got to be in the mood for it.
Casamigos tequila.
Casamigos.
Yeah. Yeah, we're jackpot or destination jackpot everywhere, I think. Except maybe X, we had to change it. Maybe we should do a bourbon trail trip. That would be fun. We got a lot of bourbon drinkers on here. Maybe we should announce that.
Yeah, we need to plan one of those for sure.
Yeah, you can't use this pad, honey. Okay, let's see if we got any more questions or comments.
So Mark said, have you two had any luck on slots on cruise ships? So really, we have a cruise coming up. Not exactly when.
Mike and I have only cruised one time together, and it was an Alaskan cruise in 2000. Mike gets seasick. We booked a trip for February.
Again, I don't know if I'm still
that
get
one,
that way. So we're going to try one and see how I do.
A short one, a free one.
And we'll let you know. But we hadn't really had a lot of experience on cruise ships.
But I have a good friend of mine that is a big gambler like we are, and she loves cruise ships and says she wins all the time on them. And I've seen a lot of family members winning on them. So, you know, I'm hoping that's the case. I hear they give a lot of comps. You get a lot of free cruises if you gamble on cruise ships. So I'm hoping he can cruise. Chris said, do a Bourbon Trail, Indiana gambling trip would be awesome. I'm writing that down. That would be fun. And people that could just do one or the other, and some may do both, that'd be a lot of fun. And I'm a planner, so I would love to do that.
She is.
Okay, 1901, I'll check that Facebook message.
Do you have a question?
Well, yes. What's the question?
My birthday is on March 10th.
Okay, well, we're not supposed to give all that information.
That's a statement.
On the internet. You can't tell everybody that. You can't tell people all your secrets.
Yes, I need you so they can know.
Yeah, JJ could be the DD. That's right. That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, he's done the Dramamine. You did the patches on your wrist. You did the things behind your ears. He'll be doing all of it.
I had a lot of scarring on my eardrums from when I was a kid, so I think that's something to do with it.
Haley's my daughter says she would cruise with me. I just can't. I've cruised for business and done childcare cruises and taken my childcare team on cruises and things. And for work, I can think of it's okay to cruise without my husband, but I really want to cruise if I'm with my husband. Although, Kaylee, Dad can't handle it. You can cruise with me. I know Leah would love it. Oh, Landon would love it. Everybody would love it. Oh, Nate, you need a cruise too. Nate's my son-in-law, in case y'all didn't know that. Do I like the Sex and the City slots? I do like the Sex and the City slots a lot. Although everybody's taken them out. You can't find them anywhere anymore. They're gone. But
we found some on
Four
downtown.
Queens.
Yeah,
Four
Four Queens had
and
some.
they were old school, and it just didn't feel the same playing them like it used to. So that's not my favorite anymore. But I do like those fun games like Huff and Puff and More Puff, but they, I don't. I
That
like.
reminds me of where did we go there in North Louisiana? That Dawn ship there.
That Voodoo La Chow or whatever. That Justin. Yeah,
It was, you know, the horseshoe.
Bossier City.
The horseshoe.
Bossier
Yeah.
City. They have
Yeah.
a Hard Rock up there.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's good.
Let's
check that out.
What do I think about Dragon Lake? Well, Chris, I like Dragon Link, and I need to get more brave to play it. I've never hit anything big on Dragon Link, but I've made money on Dragon Link, but not consistent enough for my taste, I guess. But all these slot channels that play Dragon Link, I just know they're high in volatility. Although I played Puff and Puff and More Puff, so if I play that, I might as well try some Dragon Link, right? I did try it in Maryland, and I didn't do good. But that's my thought on Dragon Link. I like it. I think it's overplayed. But maybe because it's overplayed, it pays out more. Right after we left Caesars, everybody in High Limit Caesars in October, whenever we were there, playing this Dragon, because it was up in the High Limit room, right at over $1 million. The day after we left, they hit that machine. No, while we were there, they hit that machine. Yeah. We had left the casino for the night, but then came back the next day and they had hit that $1 million. Yeah. That's why all those people were playing. Because it was so, she took my microphone. Could you hear her? I wonder on live. Mike and Shannon, what is your favorite slot?
Oh, he said, what was your favorite slot before JJ and after?
Well, Max said first, they're planning 3 cruises for next year. Max, where y'all going? I think we're just going to the Bahamas or something. We're just doing a short one. What did you say, babe?
I lost it now. Somebody asked what's our favorite slot before JJ, favorite slot now after JJ. So Wonder Tower, used to play that a lot.
I have sat hours and hours, like 12 hours at a Wonder 4 machine where you have the 4 different screens, you pick your games, and you can get the Wonder Tower that goes all the way up. I've played that game for years and years. And I may put $400 or $500 in it, but I can sit there for hours usually and play it. And I've hit some hand pays, not many. Yeah. That would probably be one of my favorites. And I like all buffaloes.
I always liked Dragon Link a lot. I just hadn't been very successful on it. And then Buffalo Gold and those variations.
But you didn't hit your first hand pay even until we met JJ, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So now he's hooked. And now we hit how many in Maryland?
20 hand pays using his strategy.
In 3.5 days of playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big difference.
So, funny, in Clark, we used to play separate, right? I'd have mine, he'd have his. I'd stay up all night and play. He'd go to bed early normally. Now we play, especially when you start playing higher denominations. I think I don't like to play at all without him. I like to only play with him. And typically, when we did the bankroll building method, we played separate, but we were together.
Right.
But mostly we play together. And I think we're both enjoying that, huh?
I enjoy that. And we seem to do better because, when we do separately, one wins and one loses. So we just kind of even out. And when we're together, we usually do better and end up.
But I think we talk things through too, right? Yeah. Like we'll say, okay, we're here. What's our play down limit? Or should we keep playing? Are you seeing many hits? I mean, we have this whole kind of conversation. And it is, yeah, it's fun. I agree.
Yeah, our highest jackpot was the one I hit at Caesars. It was $18,995. So
Cheesehead, I think that we are open to a cruise. That's something that JJ's mentioned that might be interesting to do, and I think that would be a ton of fun. Like I said, I'm not an expert with cruises, but I know a lot of people that have done well on cruise ships, so I don't think they're bad. I think it's the same thing. You got to have the same discipline, there as you would anywhere. And what's our favorite slot now after meeting JJ?
well, I'd have to say the Ainsworth game for sure, the one that I won that jackpot.
But it's still, yeah, we do like
And
it.
it's still a medium, it's a medium volatility. But the 3-bill, double diamond, and those
Triple stars.
Yeah, triple stars. Those we've done really well on those too.
Which is something I would have never played before. Well, okay, she's going to finish this live. We have just a few more minutes and we're going to get off. Okay. What are you crying about? What do you have to say? Max said she said we have got very well off of a little money of 5 all the slots. This was before we watched Jay. Said Jay. DJ fan, what is your favorite casino floor food? Casino for food. Aria. We love Aria.
Javier's and Aria is outstanding.
One of our favorites. I like New York, and
Gallagher's at New York was outstanding for steaks.
We love crepes and a slice of pizza, so we like that. You can get that at Paris, and you can get that at New York. So fast food, and then let's go ahead, Mike. Say that.
Lago
Can I go
at Caesars is outstanding. They have a nice balcony that overlooks all the waterfalls, so it's really pretty to watch that as you eat.
Yeah, that's one of our favorites.
Yeah,
that's one of our favorites. Yeah. Ainsworth's Chris's favorite. Oh, you told him the highest jackpot, right?
Yeah.
And he beat me by far. Max is going to St. Thomas, St. Martin, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic on one. That's going to be a good long cruise. Mexico, Bahamas on the next 2. That's what we're doing, Mexico, Bahamas. Yeah, we take turns pushing the button too. But sometimes we've had them look at those cameras and want to know who hit the button. Didn't matter whose card was in there when they do this hand pays.
Yeah. My card, back one time, my card was in, and they looked at the camera and said she hit the button, so they had to pay you.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And Clark, I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait to meet some of our family friends.
Yeah.
What? I don't love a buffet.
Let me just get that monster in my eyes.
Okay, we're on the live, and all these people are hearing you, so you need to go back over there to mommy. Okay, come in, and we'll chat when we're done. I told her she could just look at the puppies. You can go look at the puppies.
Jane George's. Oh, we've never eaten there. Jane George's. George's. And Aria, he said it was amazing. We'll have to try it.
Isn't that the Italian or the steak upstairs? I don't know. I have to try that. Mark, are you going to Vegas? I don't remember. Okay, let's see if we have any more questions before we wrap it on up. I hope y'all have enjoyed this live. I think it went good. She is doing good, Remington.
Mm-hmm.
And I might finish this glass of wine tonight now that I've started it.
I think we should.
Juanita, I hope you do make it to Vegas. It's going to be a lot of fun. Good memories. I don't know how much sleep we're going to get, but we're going to have a lot of fun.
We sure will.
Yeah. Oh, Planet Hollywood. Y'all will learn. I'm really not very good with names. I'm super good with faces, though, typically. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, in Clark. I'm so glad that it went great. We were a little nervous. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Aida, you should get there.
1901 said another tip for the players cards if you're a couple to play one card.
Yes, so MGM, that's a great tip. MGM actually will allow you to play on one account, but you each have your own separate cards. And it does track your play separately, but you can, it's all goes to the same account and the same comps. Everywhere else, and all of my hosts have said it's fine for us to play on one card. And so we do, and we've not ever had an issue, even with our hand pays. So when we do Caesars, we play one card, or Penn, or any of those others. We do. We've not had an issue with it. So that is good. Yeah, because you don't want to try to build two different accounts if you're, unless you gamble a whole bunch. Oh, that's right, Chris. That's your JJ's friend. I forget. Yes, so I do need to make that note so we can remember that. Yes, we definitely will hit you up when we come to South Florida. I don't know if I know we're gonna get to Tampa, hopefully in the first quarter. We have some business we need to look at there. But I don't know if we'll get to South Florida. But I do want to get there eventually because I want to go down there. No, can't have alcohol abuse. I will definitely be taking care of this one.
Thank you, Cynthia. We can't wait to see you in Vegas.
And thank you, Cheesehead. Thank you, Max. Thank you, guys. So hope you feel like you know us a little bit better, and hope you look forward to meeting us. We certainly look forward to meeting some of you guys. And I'm sure we'll go back and watch this live, and every time we'll improve. So I hope we bring you value. That's our goal. And we can't wait to travel together. And cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.